Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liv, and this is Liv on Paper. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm going to show you some things that I changed in my planner and probably do like a little mid-year flip and chat about how things are going in here. So if that sounds fun to you, pull up a chair, let's hang out for a little bit. I did change covers. If you've been watching, I changed covers. I was in the Moterm Zip in the A6 for a long time, and I do really like this cover, but it's really a thin profile, and I kind of wanted to chunk my planner up a little bit more with some other stuff. So I moved into this cover. This is a Speckled Fawns chatelaine. That's the design that it's with the strap and this pocket, and then it has this zip back, has a zip pocket in the back too. I love this cover. This cover is actually the reason that I wanted to get an A6 planner this year, so I could just use this cover. I've had it for a couple of years, and it's darling. She's kind of a chunky little thing, and I just love this side profile with the zipper. I don't know, there's just something so cute about that. I love it. So I'm gonna without that, the little, just so cute. I love it so much. So I'm still using my Lamy Safari with the document Fog Gray in there by Diatramentis. And let's see. So I mentioned, let's make sure we're in frame here. I mentioned that I was gonna miss these pockets in the Moterm. These just had cute things in it. I didn't use any of this stuff, but I thought it was cute. So what I did instead is made a little dashboard over here. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper with a piece of laminate over it. And then I tacked some things I printed from Pinterest on here. So this says feeling excited and ready. I love this. This reminds me of when the first yoga teacher that I ever watched really was this guy named Steve Ross on the, what channel is that? On Inhale. So called Inhale with Steve Ross. And he used to say, like, he'd make you get into a plank, and then he'd be like, if you're shaking, it's because you're excited. And I love that quote. So I think about that a lot when I get nervous and start shaking. It's like, if I'm shaking, it's because I'm excited. So feeling excited and ready reminded me of that. This is from Pinterest. So is this. This is just a really pretty Venus flytrap painting, and I like the colors. And this is also from Pinterest. Just, what does that say? I don't know. It's like a wallpaper, I think. Wallpaper company. And oh, I just threw some, I had this little clear plastic pocket came with my sorry, there's a personal picture in there, with my glasses, the glass cleaning cloth. So I took it out and just put some of these pictures in there that I may switch out at some point. This is by Egon Sheila. I love his paintings. And this also is from Pinterest. And then this is a picture of Tony Soprano. My husband and I watched The Sopranos last summer, and I don't know, I loved it. It was just like such a, it's a terrible show, but it's also like very immersive. Like you get really into the atmosphere of it, and I just loved watching it with my husband. We had like so many jokes. It was just so much fun. It was like really, it's just a good memory I have with my husband watching that show. And then for the cover, I switched it up too. This is a piece of scrapbook paper in the back. She's from a collage book that I have. And then this is from just a magazine. This is Good Living Field Notes. And this is also from Pinterest. And these are little ollie clips. I forget what the pink buffalo plaid or something was this ollie clip set. These are really skinny. I also have other ollie clips that are really fat, but these are skinny and they work really well. So in here is pretty much the same. I added this Downton Abbey meme because it reminded me of my mom. My mom would never say this, but she would laugh at it. This is a sticker that I made, and these are some just collages of my family. My mom passed away at the end of last year when I was setting this up, so I put a lot of pictures of my mom in here because that's where I was. This meme, let's see if I can get this closer, because this meme is just like, it's just my life lately, you know? I'm grateful to be here on one hand, and on the other hand, what the actual, yeah. So, and then on the inside covers, on the inside yeah, on the inside covers, I just printed out a pattern from Pinterest that I liked. So this front one is these like pink grapefruit, I guess. And on the back, it's these like moths with moons. I like doing this. It makes it feel more personal, like my planner, in my opinion. And then I also switched this up. It's a picture of a knight with blood all over him, and he's laying in a field of flowers. I don't know if this is AI or what, but Pinterest keeps recommending these paintings to me, and there's something about them that I just think is really interesting. Like, what's the story here? I want to know the story. And this is a drawing my daughter made of me and her. And then this, I wish I could remember this guy's name. I'll try to link it below because he has really cool art. But it says, "Time is the substance I am made of. It is the fire that consumes me, and I am that fire." And it's the goddess Kali. If you don't know about the goddess Kali, you should look her up because she is badass, like the baddest ass. And then "Becoming is my word of the year." This is a picture by Monica Rohan, also printed from Pinterest. Someday I will be able to buy the real thing, but right now I just print stuff from Pinterest. All right, so this used to be on my front cover, and I just didn't want to waste it, so it's just tacked in here. It doesn't stay very well. And this was just something colorful and pretty that I liked. The index, I keep filling it out, but I don't really use it. It's just to look cute at the end of the year that it's done. For a year at a glance, I just put these little vellum patches here just to make it look cute, because I don't really need to see these other years, to be honest. This is the yearly, it just says yearly, I don't know. I've used this in the Hobonichi Weeks as a health tracker for the last several years. It works really well. This year, thank God, my hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease, has been under control with medication, so I've not really had any symptoms from that, thank God. So this is really just basic health information. If I get sick, if, you know, my cycle, if I hurt myself, that's pretty much it. So I'm fine with this being very sparse. I don't mind. This is what I'm using as my workout tracker. This has been all over the place. If you've been following me, I've been really inconsistent with this, and I'm okay with that because, again, I have to keep reminding myself I'm not actually in remission. I'm just in a good place right now, but I'm not actually in remission. So I need to just keep listening to my body, and if she's saying don't do that, just take a break, then I need to just take a break. So I've been really inconsistent, and this month, yeah, I was going through it, really going through it these months. My dog passed away. This day I was like, I'm getting back to it, and I did it, and that's the day my dog passed away, so I didn't really do anything since then. The last couple weeks I got really back on track, but as always, it seems like I injured myself, which seems much better now. Take care of your wrists, people. Take care of your wrists. And then I got really sick, so I kind of fell off. I can still recover some this week and then get going the rest of next week, but I actually really like this. I'm going to do something similar like this in my planner next year, whatever that happens to be. All right, so then the routine tracker. You guys have seen all that's here already. This is it. It just doesn't appeal to me in a way. It doesn't call me to it. I don't feel inspired to do it, so I'm not going to. This was December. I wasn't actually in this planner in December, but I did the calendar anyway. And then I've just been doing some drawing in here with my daughter. And then I did start using it in January. Again, this is from Pinterest. I just really liked that picture. It's kind of how I felt coming into this year, just like with the giant thing on my back. I still don't really use the overview pages. I just haven't found a need for them, really. So I do really basic minimal planning, if you even want to call it planning. I don't even know if you would call it planning. This is where my plans actually happen. This is things that I know are coming up in the year, like birthdays, school stuff, relatives visiting, anniversaries, whatever. If I find out about something weeks in advance, I'll put it in the monthly calendar. Then every week I transfer information from the monthly into the weekly. This is my first year using a Wonderland 222, and I actually really like this planner. I like the vertical columns. My brain likes lists like this, in this way. I used the Hobonichi Weeks for 2 years in the past, and I made it do. It was fine, but I personally like this setup better. And honestly, this is kind of the setup that I use all year. I'm not like really branching out and changing how things look or how things function. This really works for me. So basically every day I put a small to-do list. Even that I sometimes don't do. Sometimes I just write down what I actually did that day, because long lists just make me feel stressed out. So I try not to do that to myself. So I don't leave a bunch of space here to make a huge giant list. I just make small lists of things that I think I could actually do and accomplish. I have been thinking more in the last few years about like how my brain works and why it works that way. And I was recently watching a video from Beverly Plans, and she was talking about her cleaning habits, and it sort of like made a light bulb go off for me. That yeah, like I have periods where I can't get myself to do anything, and then I have periods where I'm like, I just clean like a maniac. And so, or I do a ton of things at once, and then I get burnt out, and then I don't do anything again for a while. So I'm trying to level that out more so that I can be sort of productive most of the time rather than productive only a small portion of the time. So I've been kind of experimenting with my planner of like how I can make myself more productive. I don't know the secrets yet, so I can't really share them with you, but I'm working on it. So we'll see how it is at the end of the year. This was my first review page. I've since changed this up a little bit, but I like to just see what I was reading, watching, things that went well, and things that I heard, like stuff that my daughter or my husband say that I think are funny. This was one of the very few vellums that worked out for my planner this year. I printed vellums for every month, and most of them didn't work. A list of things to watch. Again, I'm fine with it being pretty sparse. I don't want it to look super busy. It works for me this way. So again, I was kind of going through some personal things in the beginning of the year, so I wasn't that productive, to be honest. I was just sort of trying to survive. My mom passed away at the end of last year, and then I was going through some other things at the beginning of this year that were just really difficult, and yeah, I made it. I'm still here, so that's the good thing, right? But it was difficult, and yeah, I've learned a lot this year, though. I have, and I've learned how strong I am also. So I really like these pages this way. I just sort of extended it out so I could have more space to write. And yeah, I just write down things that I'm into. And then for the overview page, I've just been doing something pretty to move into the next month, which I think is also fine. So yeah, this is, nope, this is, I started to pick up here and then I dropped off again. So this was one of the last weeks that I was really productive. And then yeah, this week was the week that I just went downhill again. So this week I just threw some stuff on after the fact. I didn't even decorate my planner. I was just like, I don't even care. This is also around the time when I kind of wanted to just get rid of everything. I just felt so out of sorts and uncomfortable, I guess, with everything in my life, that this seemed like a thing that I could just tear apart and rebuild. I don't know. I didn't end up doing it. I stayed in here, so that was good, but I really went through like, why do I even have a planner? What am I doing here? What's the point of this? This is when I got these cute little tabs are from West Dakota Stationery. This was my only real problem with this planner, is that the months are interspersed between the weeks. I don't like that setup personally. I would rather all the months be at the front together. And I noticed it really bad when I was having to make appointments in like February and March, and I would have to flip, like, I know it's first world problems, right? But I would have to flip through multiple weeks to get to the next month, and then flip through some more weeks to get to the next month. And it just annoyed me. I really just want to flip one page and be at the next month. But the tabs help immensely. So this sort of solved that problem for me, so it's not really a problem anymore. It's fine. So thank you, West Dakota Stationery, for creating those. Grateful, not hateful. That was one of my big mantras this year. So yeah, this is a to-do list at the top. Then I usually have a smaller list down here of things that I would like to get done this week. Honestly, this stuff hardly ever gets done. I write it here and then I don't actually do it. So I'm working on not writing it and just doing the thing and seeing if that helps. I don't know if it's gonna work, but yeah. So this week is when I started picking up more this week too. I actually started, and again, this is like right before my dog died. I think my dog died the week after, I believe. So it's just great. Yeah, so this is another vellum that worked, surprisingly. Yeah, the other ones I've just been putting collage things on there. And yeah, I still don't know what to do with this May overview page. I don't really care about that. So that's when my dog passed away. Oh yeah, allergies. I've also been sick a lot this year. I think because I have an compromised immune system because of Graves' disease. I get sick so much easier and it's so much harder. Like, it's rough. So again, yeah, this week just sort of my dog passed away very surprisingly, and it was rough. It's been a year. It really has. But like I said, I'm still here. And then this space is usually just like something I'm thinking about or something I hear about. I've mentioned this in other videos. It's kind of a black hole because I'll write something there and I don't process it. I don't write it anywhere else. It's like these are 2 shows that my dad mentioned. I could make a list back here of shows that I want to watch, but I'm never going to look at those. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with a lot of this stuff. It's just things I'm thinking about usually. So this was the last week of summer. No, the last week of school. And then my daughter came home on the last day sick with a fever. So then I got sick over the weekend after I cleaned everything. Yeah, this month just kind of ended. I didn't really even... Oh, we watched all the Dune movies. Anyone else, like, I really want to love the Dune movies. I think I'm going to try the book because I feel like this story is so interesting, but there's just like something missing in the movies that I couldn't really get into them. So this is June right now. We're on summer break, so pretty much nothing is planned. It's all just sort of, we'll see what happens. So I finally got better, and then I did more cleaning, cleaned the whole house. This is what I'm talking about. I like barely did anything for months and then cleaned the entire house in a matter of days. Okay, so this week is when I started experimenting with not writing. Actually, maybe it was this week. Nope, it was this week. I started experimenting with not writing stuff down like a to-do list and just writing down what I actually did. And so I actually did get a lot of stuff done this week. Then I backfired and wrote a whole list over here, which these are all small things, and the length of this list, it made it very hard for me to get any of these things done. So I'm not going to try not to do that. And then this was last week. So I don't remember what was going on here. Something. And then I got sick again. So I'm just trying to keep bouncing back from that. And then this is this week. And today, yeah, this is today. Didn't write anything, didn't really do anything. I did stuff, but I didn't, All right, so then this is my review for June. I'm slowly filling it in. And a little pineapple for July. So yeah, I'm at about the halfway point. There's one more week left of June that I have to fill out, but mostly we're at the halfway point. And then let's go look at the notes. I'm just gonna flip through these pretty quickly because, yeah. So I just put a piece of scrapbook paper here, and then, yeah, expense log, some goals for 2024 that I've sort of abandoned, notes about random stuff, expense log, book. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I'm never going to come back and look at this list. I could fill this up with 100 books and I'm never going to look at it again. Some stuff for my daughter, planner notes, doctor notes, more expense tracker, my extensive cleaning plans for the year, the book log. This was inspired by Simone, and I do really like this. I just haven't really been reading like that. So this was an expense tracker, continuing the book log. Hopefully I'll finish some books this year. These are some notes for my channel. Expense log. This was my dog. I did a little list of like all of her nicknames because I wanted to remember them. Notes about yoga, blog ideas, notes about Medium, and 5-minute calf exercise. And that is everything that is in here. In the back I have like emergency contacts, all the doctor's phone numbers, in case I lose my phone, all my family members' phone numbers because I don't know any of them. And then pen test page and a little drawing by my daughter and more pen test page. So honestly, this planner, I really like this planner. My biggest complaint at this point with the planner is the paper, which I know it's like, I don't know, there's no point really in complaining because this is the new Tome Over paper, the 52 GSM stuff that I guess we're stuck with. It's not bad. It's just there are pens that bleed through it, and it just doesn't have the same feel as the old stuff. The old stuff was like softer. I don't know how to describe it. So, you know, again, what are they gonna do? They're doing their best. And then I just have this little notebook. This has the Sanzin paper, which I believe is what Hobonichi is now using. This stuff doesn't bleed, but I don't love the texture of this either. It's a little more toothy, I guess. Can you hear that? You know, there's like a grip to it that's just not that pleasant. So this has my affirmations and gratitude in here. When this is done, I will replace it with one of these Twun notebooks that I reviewed on my Does It Bleed series, but for now that's working. And then in this pocket, I don't think I actually have any. Oh, I have some Post-its, but mostly this pocket is just for how cute it is on the side. That's just the cutest little side look, isn't it? So that's what's going on in my planner right now. Overall, I am still really liking this, the Wonderland 222. This is the A6 size. I really enjoy it. It's a cute little planner. It does what it needs to do. And I hope you guys enjoyed my little update flip. Let me know what you guys are thinking about your planners mid-year. And also, what are you thinking of for next year? Because I have been thinking long and hard. I think I've really been planning what I'm going to use next year since January of this year. So let me know what you're thinking. All right, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!